Greetings. Thank you for joining us. Brought to you by Fifth Dimension. I have no idea if this is working. Let's see here. I don't really need this. I'm trying something new, but I'm not sure if this is a good idea. Yeah, I'm probably not going to use this again, but it was a shot. How do you get rid of this? Very strange. Greetings. We're going to do a... Yeah, I'm not liking this. I'm trying a different system, and it's kind of not user-friendly. God, this is like the worst thing ever they put in here. Alright, I'm going to come back. Not using this. This is not working out. I'll check out later. It does have a better system, but it's can I get it? They put this thing, it's not very user friendly. Participants on feedback. Go away. Aha! There we go. I'm using Steam Labs, and close out good. Okay, supposed to have a better, supposed to be better, at least in quality. We're about to find out. So, thank you for joining us for tonight's broadcast, brought to you by Fifth Dimension. I have no idea if anyone's watching. I really don't care. So tonight's broadcast is hopefully it put the right title out there. I think it did. What title it put out there is, let's take a look at it again. Pleiadian Interdimensional cities. Okay. Yeah, one thing about this though, before I go into all, it didn't. I guess this is working. It did. Let's see here. It did go to Facebook pretty quickly, and Twitter, like anybody's watching, but it didn't go there. All right, for tonight's. Sorry about all that. I was about to hit off, but seems like we're going. Seems like we're doing okay. I guess I'll see if I'll check later to see if there's any audio, but apparently it's working so far. So tonight's topic is Pleiadian Interdimensional cities. Now, where that title came from, this is going to be similar to like we're connected to Dimension X, but it's going to be not like that. It's like what I'm getting now. This is a message from them. I'll bring them in also. It's basically a world within a world that they go about their lives on their planet. What planet? We'll just leave that up there. But where they know there is another reality going on also. I'm not sure if you get this from anywhere else, but that's TV for you. I mean, technically, other beings know that we exist, as you know, through the fourth dimension. Well, they're showing me a world within a world. Now, not like the world, like the fourth dimensional world is the third dimensional world that they're connected to. I believe it's the third dimensional world. They're not really showing me that. But they have ideas that they are influencing other dimensions higher than them through their situations. So it's like they have a Pleiadian world. They're not giving me a name of it. Let's leave the name out of it. Well, yeah, okay. I guess they won't. We'll work on that. It's a Pleiadian planet that where the third dimension is aware of its fourth dimension, but the third dimension is warning how they can assist the fourth dimension. Like how can they teach them? And of course, the fourth dimension brings energies to them. like appearances here and there. Beings would show up like in a classroom, things like that, or throughout their world. They just appear, but they're aware of it, but they don't fully have an understanding of it. Kind of like what we're going through right now. To go into further, I just want to make sure my audio is working. So far, I have not gotten anything to say. So I can turn on the chat, but I'd rather have a pleasant night. So as we transition, basically they're giving me the idea of this is what we're going to be going through over time. We're technically already going through it. We're going to have a fuller understanding of it. In this Pleiadian world, we call it Planet Z. They gave me a name, I didn't like it. So it's like, I'm not using that name. Planet Z. That makes a lot of sense, actually. It sounds a lot better than what the crap they gave me earlier. Just don't. No way. They're working with me. Now, where this idea came from, they just, like I said, it's a channeled message. Also, to give you an update, the channeling book I came out with is going to be slightly altered, updated for the better. So the second edition will be coming out. And also, other language versions are going to come out too. So I'm figuring all that out. And it's, more books are on the way. Other channeled books of other subject matters, but I'm warming up to that. It's only so much time I have, but we're definitely going to, let's see, this is March, probably in April, probably maybe before that. Let's see, what am I waiting for anyway? Time. Yeah, it'll probably be this month sometime. I'll start in the next one. I'm trying to figure things out. Yeah, because I had an editor in the last one and 2 editors, and it kind of screwed things up, but I can't catch everything. But so anyway, we're trying not to make that happen this time. But yeah, expect more channeled books to be coming out. There was something else. Oh yeah, before I go into this whole thing, interdimensional city and all that. Another thing is it's all connected to it actually. But as we go into a more understanding of who we are, just like I say, have an open mind. Have an open mind. Like there's an atheist that sometimes I listen to online, and cause she's attractive, that's why. But they're very intelligent, but very, they really do. They're not like any spiritual, any angels, anything like that. It's really a hard listen, but not to say you're going to have to convince anybody. It was interesting. But yeah, the last thing I want to do is convince anybody, because this is all bizarre. So we're going to go into a little bit more of that right now. As basically we have more understanding of all this, you just kind of shift slowly into like, how can my energies improve my life? Technology is, half par. It's not great. So over time, people are probably doing this now. But you use your vibration to improve, like your phone, your computer. People have already done this here and there. But you'll be more connected to these things. Not to say you'll be connected to your phone, but you'll be able to fix the vibrations around or Wi-Fi or whatever, or clear out Wi-Fi or clear out 5G energies. You'll have a more understanding of that. And just, gradually, where everything makes more sense. How can I improve my day? How can I improve my life? Your vibration will be connecting more to your soul self, your guides, if that's okay with it. Some of us are like, no, but either way, just become more adjusted to the spirit realms. I'm probably not telling you anything anyone else has ever heard before, but for those that aren't used to this, it's like a light bulb. You slowly get brighter and brighter and brighter. You just do the best you can. You're going to be tested, but sometimes your darkest moments bring you to a more lighter moment. You go through hell, and then you have your awakening. You get stronger. Darkness of the soul is like you you're chiming out a diamond out of yourself. You know, you're improving yourself. Yeah, it's hell, but you know, and you'll have a more understanding of it too. I would believe so. As you go through a lot of challenges, you see the light at the end of the tunnel. You'll see, like, I'm going through this hell for like 6 weeks, a year, 10 years, but you'll see, I know things are going to be better for me, and I'll be, yeah, because we're going to be in societies eventually where people will be, you know, begin to fly and things of, you know, walk through walls. I'm serious. We got ways for that, but we're capable of it. I mean, talk about freaking out. Talk about freaking people out. See here, I'll be right back. You just walk through a wall. I'll scare the shit out of you. But I believe we can do that, though. Not at this level, but we're heading into that direction. And so, I mean, not to say, I wouldn't be testing that wall thing right now. Or even flying, I'll be careful with that. But there will be a time where these things start happening. I mean, I don't know how the rest of the world's going to handle it, but it doesn't matter. I mean, they're still not going to believe it. I mean, you can walk through a wall and they won't believe it. So, yeah, the Anunnaki has a strong connection to this world, as you can see. Connecting to their children, holding their children for dear life. As the rebellious ones start connecting to their angels or guides and start awakening, you know, to not go to battle, but to become more of your higher dimensional self. So, those are going to be some strange times for sure. Just looking at this thing. Usually it gives me a counter of how long I've been online, and I have no idea. Well, I'm not sure if I'm going to be using this thing forever, but we'll see. Oh, looks like everything's working so far. So the idea, I'm using Streamlabs. So it's supposed to have a better something. But usually it tells me my duration of how long I've been online. It's supposed to be less issue with the computer too. It's supposed to be just an easier process here. Notifications. So yeah, so I'll have less meltdowns, or in theory at least. So we're going to go back into our subject matter, but let's see how this works. Probably won't work very well, but okay. Okay, this is liveandtotal.com for those that are new to all of this. We have private sessions throughout the week. We have a scheduler. Here we have the Learn How to Channel, will be bizarre. Google Hangout, Zoom, and channeling by phone. You can just record it if you want it recorded. You don't have to. We also have submit a question. Remember, I'm on Sunday right now. Not yesterday, but the Sunday before. So I'm usually it takes about a week for answering. Same situation here. I have other channelers and healers I do recommend. The social network and great awesomeness. The rabbit is the next one's finished. I just haven't. I'm still just getting it all situated. So I'm not sure if this is going to work or not. It worked. It didn't work when I was testing it. Alright. Thank you for joining us. Yeah, it usually gives me a duration. I'll check into that. So far, so good. Okay. So we're going to be, I keep checking to make sure the audio's alright. So far, so good. I don't look at the chat and all that because I don't feel like, I want to get off topic. I want to, whatever it is, I want to stay focused. So now, where we're going into is dimensional Earth space, dimensional worlds, Pleiadian realities. Now, to recap, too, I've visually seen tall blonde worlds, the Nordics, where they have like holograms of our planet. on their world. Now they're not like worldwide, but they're like in a room like Google would have, like all their searches. They'll have a planet, it'll be a lot bigger, but they'll see like what's going on with our planet, and they'll see like what's going on with Mother Earth and things like that. And I don't know if they can spy on everybody or not. I imagine they can, but others abuse that, of course. I'm not sure what's the story on that. But either way, other worlds, and there are Arcturian worlds that do this also. We are a part of their education. So, like, we are a kind of like a child race, an adult. I mean, we are adults, but we're kind of like living like a child in a lot of ways. Because you can see the sports and all they're kind of acting childish. But that's because we get, when we leave the higher realms, we get, as they say, stupid, but for a reason, so we can test other beings, basically. We're challenged, but also we challenge other beings, challenge aliens here, drop them in the same, go to their worlds and cause chaos there, whatever it might be. And also the reptilians, we manipulate them too. Some of us, because we're being beaten down, like, oh, well, I'm just going to go by what just came in. So like an Arcturian screwing around with it, because they do that, not friendly ones. And they can provoke you to manipulate a reptilian being that you might not be aware of. But say like you yell at somebody for some reason, and that one's being, a reptilian being is watching over that person. Like, what the hell is this shit about? So, it starts a little ruckus going on. So, we are, we're screwed around with, screw with other people. It gets a little bit complicated, but we'll have a better understanding of that over time. So we do manipulate. I mean, we get manipulated, but we manipulate other beings too. It's like astral, we pick a fight. Some do, not everybody. Some do. It just the way it is. It's a war. It's a game, a war. I would call it more of like a war than a game. But we put ourselves down to the lowest as we can be. To be as smelly and whatever it might be. Put ourselves in a situation we're not proud of. To rise up out of that. Easier said than done, obviously. It's like we're always, well, not everybody, but a lot of people are worried about what other people think. And you see people that get hit in the news and all that, and you get their names, and their whole private life is out there, like, bleh. It's a test. Not a fun one, that's for sure. But to go back in the interdimensional realities, we're going into areas that other worlds are terrified of. Now, with the Pleiadian world, I guess what they're showing me is that as we become more understanding of the fourth dimension, it'll be taught more in schools eventually. I'm not sure it'll be in my lifetime, but eventually they'll be understood. Things are just gonna happen. It's gonna be a while. And entertainment would be like, who are these aliens? What's going on with them? We're seeing this being today. We're drawing. They have a whiteboard and they draw this being that they're seeing, and people have a discussion about it. That's a big deal. That's us going through that. So that would be fascinating. Instead of all this nonsense about whatever propaganda the Illuminati has been pulling out of their ass that day. I mean, there will be, times when this will occur, when we start exploring this whole alien phenomenon. They'll be skeptical of it, there'll be this, there'll be that, blah, 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 blah. They're going to be pulling it out of their ass, but it'll be something. Somebody's going to take the risk of it. I don't know if it's going to be, it might be sooner than I think. I mean, I don't think it'll be taught in schools, but will eventually. But yeah, they're giving us a glimpse of the interdimensional worlds, basically. Obviously, many different species. We are their third dimensional reality. Of course, we don't know who the hell they are. I mean, there's the Syrian world that's connected to us, Pleiadian worlds, several of them. Several worlds that are connected to ours. I would say thousands, maybe millions, but I'll get thousands right. I can handle thousands. Okay, I can't handle that, but, you know. And they're studying us. They're learning from us. This is why you have Pleiadians show up. This is why you have Arcturians show up. Because their worlds are connected to us to help us, you know, keep ourselves sane, whatever the hell that means. And you have an understanding of where we're heading. Not entirely, but they can't take us out of our, you know, they can help our guides, if it feels like. They can, you know, they can assist us, but they can't interfere too much. Yeah, they can persuade, I guess. Give you an option, whatever it might be. The Zetas are very much, I mean, Zetas are, there's different versions of Zetas. A lot of them are our future children. Of course, you have Pleiadian worlds that are the same thing. Pleiadian realities in the future. Future Pleiadians, future Syrians, future reptilians. Other versions of Earth, basically. Where it's just reptilians in the future. It's just Pleiadians in the future. It's just Syrians in the future. On and on and on. So we're a little bit of a mixture of all those things. So the idea, obviously, is to make more peace on Earth. Sounds like a miracle. We need a whole bunch of them. Basically, the alien beings are help pave our way, individually, obviously. So the reason I'm bringing it's just basically as you upgrade yourself slowly, you might feel like you're in a classroom, where you're teaching the students who the hell you are, Pleiadian, Syrians, wherever it is, reptilians. Reptilians. Yeah, try to teach them. Oh, you never know. Yeah, you might feel like you're in a higher dimensional classroom where you're just making an appearance and you remember it. So, it just, that's, you know, we're basically, maybe for most of society, talking nonsense. But what the hell do they know? I mean, they're in a mind block, basically, of their dimensional mind control. So we're here to clear that mind control. When you clear out MK Ultra, mind control, and all of this, you start thinking weird. But that's the normal thinking. You know, you don't allow 5G to affect you. You start thinking about, you know, being a being off-world, connecting to a tree energy. I feel like you can time travel with that tree. Connect to it. You can feel its lifetimes in other worlds. You can feel other alien beings that are connecting to that tree also. And this is how they reach into our planet and to understand us. You know, we become more spiritual, basically, and less dense. So becoming less, yeah, it's a war to become less dense. It's kind of a war. I mean, you don't have to look at it like that, but it's a challenge. It's a freaking war. It feels like a war. So we're basically making peace with ourselves individually, and it'll go on. You know, that's when you connect. Yeah, you make more peace with it. You want to. Yeah, people want to know how do you upgrade. You just make peace with yourself, not judge. No, you know, just make peace with yourself. You know, you are what you are. You're the way, the look for a reason. Not to say you can't improve it, but, you know, just kind of accept who you are and not hate yourself. Love yourself more. I know, easier said than done, but I mean, our bodies are all beat up for a reason. We're at war. You know, we have scratches, we have this, we have that problem here. We're at war, basically. We're sending out that peace energy. It's obviously easier said than done, but that's what we're doing. We're here to end Vietnam. So, alright, we're going to get to Pleiadian source energy. Yeah, I don't do enough alien videos, not really. I don't do enough alien subject matters. I did Dimension X, and we kind of wandering around different areas. Captain Marvel, doing Adam Warlock, so different perspective. Alright, so do Pleiadian Collective from other worlds. They're basically teaching us, how to be more higher dimensional. We are going into the library of ourselves. We're reaching into the humanity and healing the blockages of being human. Healing the histories. History really doesn't matter. What matters is now. History can be altered, and it has been. So there is no real definite history anymore. It's all over the place, basically. Connect to the history you believe in. Yeah, because there's nothing. What's in the history books is obviously wrong. Connect to your history. I mean, that's that's part of the test, obviously. Eventually there'll be genderless bathrooms, obviously. Basically bathrooms for both genders. That's going to be a while. That's going to happen, though. We've got a long ways for that, but eventually bathrooms will be removed altogether because we won't need them anymore. But for right now, well, it's kind of like we have a bunch of bullshit going on in our society, so you might as well have defecating too. Might as well. I mean, we're living it. We might as well be it. That's kind of a joke when you think about it, but very true when you think about it. We're kind of living like a bullshit reality, so you might as well be bullshit yourself. So, but that will change over time. But yeah, I would expect genderless bathrooms. That's probably not a new. That's nothing new. People probably have been thinking about that forever, but it might be in this lifetime, possibly. That'd be really controversial and go really wrong or really fast, but it's inevitable. Because it's just basically genders. I mean, not to say you're going to lose your genitals or anything like that, but some will go in that direction. But some just don't want to be male or female. They just want to be gender neutral and just figure out. It's basically going to be. Well, that's when the alien stuff's going to really start coming in. Because you're going to feel more higher dimensional. Because you don't have limitations anymore. You remove those limitations. I mean, realize the beings in the higher dimensions don't even care about gender. That's our deal, but that's the point for us to divide ourselves, basically. Because we're technically all male and female together. We just have our bodies are really showing that, but it's for us to. The reason for the genderless situation is to just recognize your male and female energy. Instead of dividing it, you bring it together. You realize it, you learn from both of it, and you become less feminist and more of a loving being of all genders, basically. Obviously, we have we're going through hell right now. Well, some of the gender, like female genders, is being vicious, but then again, the males are too, back and forth. So it's going to take some time to let that go. Maybe 100 years. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be here that long. But yeah, the gender war is upon us. You don't have to look at it as a war, but technically it is. You don't have to be a part of that if you don't want to be, but there's been a gender war going on forever, technically. But it's getting more intense. Because you're clearing out. It's basically gender neutral, is just clearing out the vibrations. So yes, you chose a female incarnation, but you're more masculine. Or you're more male and you're more feminine. It's just recognizing it, healing your past lives, and just finding the right mate, the right partner. Because we have a lot of blockages where we don't find the right partner. It's basically gender neutral energy is basically just knowing more about yourself. And yes, it's very controversial, but it's not being very clear. We're figuring it out. It's knowing more about yourself so you can make the right decisions. What's for your highest good. Whatever relationship you want to be in. Male, female, whatever. But also, if if you're still, because a lot of, I mean, let's put it this way: when you're more into the opposite sex connection, you understand it better. You know, you have better conversations. You just not, because a lot of males are very male dominant, or the female can be that way too. The idea is to clear that, and you just want to be able to because this is why people aren't really finding the right relationships, because they see you how you are here. It's like, I'm not going to get near you. Kiss off. I'm not even going to say hi to you. Just, I don't want anything to do with you. So how are you going to attract the right relationship when you're not really right with yourself? So, not to say becoming gender neutral is basically just clearing out all the BS of our reality. It's all on how you look at it, just clearing out all the junk. So you can attract the right. Doesn't mean you have to be, if you're a male, go be a female. It's just clearing out all the garbage so you can just think more clearly. I don't think they say that very often. So you want to be gender neutral. If you want to be a girl, go be if you are a guy. You know, I think it's more of a spiritual cleanse. From what I'm gathering here, it's just doing a, you want to attract the right relationship. And for some, they don't care what gender it is, but others obviously care who it is. Like if the opposite sex wants to attract the opposite sex, you will attract the right one. So it's basically just doing like a gender like wash of flesh. And we're all having difficulties with it, everybody is. So marriage is okay, but obviously if you're in the right energy for it, many aren't. That's so true. But that's the point. It's a challenge. You're here to with hell. Let's see. Yeah, the gender neutral energies have not been quite understood on this planet. But you're wandering through so many. That's the other thing. We're wandering through all these different species. Like we're learning how a cat has a relationship, a feline. We're also learning how a reptilian has a relationship through ourselves. You know, some people are very aggressive, some people are very nice. You know, We're experiencing like 100 different species in one body. We don't know how to react. We don't know what the hell we're doing. Insectoid stuff. Insectoids like to know everything about their, they tap into their real partner and know everything about them, stuff like that. So you might have a partner that wants to know everything about you. There's aspects of us that we're not understanding because we have all this DNA that's been shoved into us. So we're going to start deciphering it, where it all came from. So it's like some males, some guys are like bears. They're like big guys. But yeah, you can say it's a bear energy basically. They're also like a cat, or even like a personality like a kitten, like very, very kind though, but very kind of overbearing at times. It's weird thinking, but not really, because we are connected to our animal kingdom. And like some people, screw like bunnies basically and just have kids like crazy. There's that here. The same thing with the feline energies. They have like a litter of kids. They're used to having a bunch of kids. Well, if you're a cat, you're used to having a bunch of cats. So it's, we're gonna slowly become more, understanding of all this. There's a lot. It's like a library of knowledge. So basically connecting to the library of ourselves. And that's where we're going to have more of an awakening. It's like making peace with yourself, but also allowing like the insanity to come out. Like if you the way I go about it is like you connect to, it's kind of tapping into yourself. Like what energy comes out of you? Do you see as an Anunnaki mind control nut job, alien control freak? I think I saw something like that. Or an energy stealer. I'm getting not from me, but well, I guess I've been everything, but an energy vampire. but in a higher dimensional being, like you're always stealing energies from other beings. Like say what they're telling me is like you see two people in love and all that, and you go there and take that vibration from them, and they're not in love anymore. Damn, that's messed up. That's messed up. It's like they want to experience that, and now you don't have it anymore. Damn. Ouch. That's really messed up. I mean, imagine that happens here. It does. When you have somebody, a friend is jealous of your relationship, trying to crush it, and yeah, it makes a lot of sense. So there's a lot of relationship destroyers here to basically vampire your vibration. They don't necessarily want to be in your relationship, but they just want the love connection. So they kind of steal that vibration for themselves. And then they just throw it out. Depending on the person, of course. Yeah, that's nice. I'm just checking to make sure everything's okay. So far, so good. So people are connected to, I don't know why unicorns coming through. Well, unicorn basically is a symbolism. It's a sign of times. So you see one, it's a sign of things have changed. The tall whites also are going to become more prominent by some of my channelings over time, because it's like they're healing the military energies on this planet, of basically to help us bring more peace here. They have, nothing real. Yeah, NASA's a real nasty one. NASA does a lot of time traveling constantly to get people to buy products, go to movies, like this weekend. They're doing a lot. They're like doing convincing. Convince people to go see it. It's part of the mind control. It is weaponized mind control. It's done throughout the ages. So yeah, anything that's mainstream is under mind control. Obviously, gas, whatever, my cars, Tesla. Unfortunately, there is a positive sense to all this stuff. It's not all bad, but it's because the good does come through it. Like through movies, it does. There might be a lot of mind control in there, but it's also telling us what they're doing. Yeah, it does give us messages too. So it's not all then bad, but let's see. The tall whites are assisting our frequencies so we can calm down our hatred for each other. It's a gradual process because many are connected to their ancestors that truly despise each other. So ancestors that really despise each other incarnate constantly to fight each other. So they incarnate through whatever family, wherever they can battle each other. So it's a battle that you don't see. Well, you see it, but you don't see the energy of it. So reptilian beings are not likely to make themselves known. Alien beings are very careful of who they show up to, but they are assisting here and there quietly. They have to, because we're still at a low vibration where we can blow up. Well, emotionally, alien energies are going to sneak their way into our society. They already have. They're going to sneak in a way where we're not going to see it coming, but they are going to. Alien beings do bring miracles to us too. The event, there's different ways of looking at that. The event of change. Event of us finding ourselves, but unconventional ways. I like to keep things silent, quiet, and you find things on it. You find it on your own. It's like you connect to your kundalini, your psychic energy. Like I said, everybody has psychic energy. They just, they don't call it that. Even if they call it intuition, everybody uses it, but yet they don't recognize it. It's a mind trick on it's a mind trick of basically. Well, they feel like. Humanity is a game, basically. When humanity realizes their psychic abilities are real, their intuition, psychic abilities are actually, they're actually real things within them to be using for a long time. the alien beings, I mean, manipulating, lose the battle. Well, not entirely, but, you know, that's a big loss. But it becomes part of the culture of everyone has power, basically. Have you noticed in society, people feel like they're powerless, basically? That's a manipulation right there. I mean, humanity thinks it's it's a slave race, doesn't know anything. It's a slave society, basically. So when we are breaking free of that, we do get assistance, because when you break out of prison, there's usually somebody on the other side to help you out, and that's what's going on. So it's just, they can't interfere with free will, basically spiritual free will. It's up to you. It's like how far you want to go. You get scared and go back to being in jail, or you want to take a wild ride and connect to reptilians and all kinds of madness. Yeah, because you're going to connect to some weird stuff. It's part of the package. Yeah, and humans that came here that felt, let's see, that they didn't want to deal with alien beings. It's like, I would say a lot of them got kind of tricked in coming here. Different ways of looking at it, but because instead of seeing them, you're being manipulated by them. Yeah, that's going to work out really well. Obviously, they have an idea of that, but something they forget. Oh, because a lot of souls incarnate here think they can beat this world. They can break out of it, but I can win that world, and they end up going insane or whatever it might be. End up being part of the Matrix, basically. The Matrix mentality, basically. That they have no power, have no soul, and they're all doomed, whatever it might be. So, yeah, interdimensional. Yeah, so connect to Syrian worlds, tall white worlds. Tall white is mostly connected to the Matrix. As for basically some of the tall whites is like you want to put yourself in damnation. Go right ahead, but we'll stay here and watch. Not here to judge, but here to go into the pit of madness, basically. But they'll be also congratulating when you survive this place. So the more people that are awakened, thinking alien beings can appear here and be part of our life, over time that's going to become part of the consciousness eventually. Right now people are terrified. Oh, it doesn't exist, yada yada yada. But they can easily just flip a switch and show up. And we're working on that. And eventually it's going to be part of our society, where they're going to be appearing here and there. It obviously has not happened yet, but there's going to be a change in the timeline in the future when these beings are going to, not all the time appear, but they'll have frequent appearances here and there. You'll catch on camera, whatever it might be. China's had some stuff. Yeah, just we're focusing on the future. This might be 100 years in the future. It might be longer than that. Yeah, it's just going to become more frequent. Right now, they're very vague about it. Oh, well, 1,000 years, anything's to say. Because realize, once, like, use 9/11 for example, use that for example past. That thing happened, everything changed. So, same thing could go with the aliens. They can make a change. They're not going to do it yet, but they can. And then people start thinking, people will be freaked out, but the aliens are here and put that idea in the consciousness that we are definitely not alone here. People think it's a government. I don't know what's going on with all that, but they can do that, but not yet. Where things will start changing, people will just start waking up. It's like, maybe it's not the government, maybe these are real beings. And, I mean, most people, the population knows we're not alone, but they don't understand how it works. Well, we're figuring it out. Nobody really knows the whole story. It's basically us coming out of amnesia mode, basically. And making peace with our higher dimensional selves. Making peace with our fears. Because fear does keep the aliens away. It's to heal those fears and let things happen. Basically, you become more alien yourself. And seeing alien beings is no big deal because you're starting to feel it more. You feel more higher dimensional. You connect to different parallel realities in your mind. You see a tree, you see an energy transport. You don't see a tree anymore. You know, you see the sky and you see infinite universe, different dimension. You just feel that there's much more going on than what you're seeing. You see spaceports, you see, you know, different realities that you're connected to, and you just shift out of this third dimensional thinking. Even the alien beings, you can technically tap into their vibration for them to be seen. They're not going to show themselves, but you can get an explanation why they have not shown themselves. We're not ready yet because there's a lot of government interference at this time. A lot of it is the NSA. They do listen in on energy connections. They don't always interfere, but sometimes they do if they have an agenda. But usually they just want to know what's going on. So, you know, they connect to your phone line. They also connect to the energy fields of energy connections. They don't connect to everything, but targets. They can't always, because beings can block that. So, but they attempted at least. Let's put it that way. They do know they're going to lose this war, basically. The governments here have to say, oh, some of them are in battle. They do realize that humanity will come out. No, it's just not time right. They don't always know the future, obviously. The governments here. Because they know things can happen, you know, an event can happen where they have no control over it. So, they think they're trying to control everything, but they can't always. So, you know, it's just that, yeah, it's not time right, but the alien energies, so between now and September, expect a lot of events to occur. Not major ones, nothing like, you know, maybe a spaceship in the sky. Just call it energy events, where the soul is tapping more into higher dimensional self. With individuals, of course, not with everybody. Everybody's, mostly humanity. You know, one thing about humanity, though, they're here for the show. So they might not believe in all this, but they are here to watch it when it does happen. So when humans are becoming more alien-like, they want to see it. So this is why a lot of humans don't awaken. So it's like, but this would be like their own physical Netflix, where it's actually happening. So look at it that way. They might not be ready spiritually to do it, but they'll be loved if they're for the watch. So I would just expect anything. Keep an open mind, and change is on the way. So it's interdimensional cities. I'll have to go. Yeah, they only gave me a glimpse of it right now. But this is like introduction to it. Oh, that's all they're going to allow me to connect to anyway. So hopefully that was helpful of some kind. I gotta get some rest. So much love, everyone. Blessings. Thank you for your support. Thanks for listening. For all the insanity. Take care. See you tomorrow.